Hello everybody and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. We're gonna go ahead and get started in the Snow Peak ruins. Last time we got to the dungeon, but we didn't really do a whole hell of a lot. So, I went ahead and I saved, and I quit from last time I started playing. So, we're just gonna have to go ahead and go back to where we were and carry on from there. Last video we met Yeto and his wife Yeta, and his wife is trying to tell us where the key to the place where the mirror shard is, so she's marked it by that big red dot on our map. So let's start by going up here and hopefully getting closer to it. And in this room we have the bane of my existence, a sliding block puzzle. OMG. Especially because it is on ice. Now, if this is in the Wii version, this is going to be mirrored, so if you're watching this and you play the Wii version, then everything that I do will be mirrored. So, for example, I'm going to move this block to the right, so you'd move it to the left if you're playing the Wii version. And then I'm going to go up to this block. We're going to move this guy down to the right. Down to the left, and then if we move it down once more, we will make it stand on that switch, which is exactly what we want it to do. And I'm bouncing all over the place. There, that's better. Which will then open that door. Alright. So let's go in here. And out here, it looks like, is a little bit of the outside of the mansion. So let's go ahead and transform, because it looks like we can dig here. You don't even have to use your senses for this. You can just dig right down to the other side. And if we go out, you can see that this is indeed the courtyard. That looks like where the mirror is stored. So we need to go all the way up there, wherever that might be. But this place is huge! This is a mansion, indeed. Holy damn. Alright, well, there's gonna be ice wolves everywhere, and they are extremely annoying. They just annoy the piss out of me. However, I do not recommend being Human Link in deep snow like this, because you will actually get your feet stuck because the snow is so deep. So I kind of just recommend ignoring the wolves if you can, because they do take quite a few hits to actually defeat, and they are just really, really annoying. So, anyhow, I'm just gonna ignore them. Now that I have that key, I'm gonna go ahead and transform back. I'm gonna go through this door, which will bring us to another part of the area we were just in. It's like the other part of the wall that's not by the ice, I do believe, so these areas all connect. I'm going to try to ignore these ice creatures. You can hit them, but if you hit them with your sword, they start to kind of bounce around violently, and if they come back and they hit you, you'll actually freeze. So I'll show you what I mean. If you go ahead and you hit them, they're going to bounce around, so just got to kind of watch and wait for them to come back at a time where you can actually hit them. I take 2 hits to kill. You don't have to take care of them if you don't want to. In this room, however, you should, because it will open up the doors. But a lot of times, you can pretty much just walk around them and it's not too big of a deal. Hey, and look at that! We've only been in this temple for about 4 minutes, and we already have the key to get to where we need to go. Alright. I like easy dungeons like this. They are my favorite. Or not. Oh god, okay, I hate these guys. I don't know what their official name is, but they're like ice creatures. However, they are very, very similar to the skeletons that we were seeing in the Arbiter's grounds. What you can do is just use a shield attack, followed up by a helm splitter, and that works absolutely beautifully. They pretty much go down instantly. Because their, like, pole weapons they're using are pretty deadly and they can block, so... Anywho, let's open this up, and what do we get? We get the pumpkin. Okay, something's not right about that. What's this? This isn't right. She got the wrong location. I want to go back and try to get her to remember where the key is. I guess so. I don't see why we just don't walk ourselves, but maybe that's just me talking. I mean, we're gonna have to walk around this place and find our way around this temple eventually, so I don't really know why it's that big of a deal for us to just figure it out on our own, but oh well. So this brings us back to the first room with the sliding blocks, and we can't get this block right now, so you can just go ahead and drop right down. And then that, of course, creates a shortcut to where the Yetis are. So we need to go talk to her and ask her if she cares to explain why she's pointing us in the wrong direction. Hey, lady! Wrong thing. You find it, oh? What? Pumpkin? But why there? Oh, sorry, husband in kitchen right now. Take Pumpkin to him. I try to remember. Oh, okay. I guess he can add it to his soup or whatever. Maybe he'll actually have use for this pumpkin, because I don't think we have any use for it, so... Hey, Yedo! I brought you a pumpkin. What flavor? Oh, pumpkin! You have pumpkin, huh? Oh, I just love this guy. He's so funny. Pumpkin, pumpkin, ah! Nom nom nom. Thanks, you taste if you want. If you go ahead and you actually take his soup, I do believe it restores it from 4 hearts to 6 hearts. So he's got a pumpkin-y, fishy, melony stew. I don't know, those look like melons, but those are probably just like bits of fish or something. Either way, I don't feel like eating that. Let's go ask her to see if she'll actually point us in the right direction this time. Did you remember? You gave pumpkin, thank you, I maybe remember. Could be in that room, I think. Oh, that's so far away. Making me walk? Okay, I guess so. Check room I marked on map, Luckily, she opens up the doors for us, which is very nice of her. I also do not recommend that you wear the Zora tunic in this area, because I do believe you take more damage from ice and fire attacks, which is a huge no-no in this area, so... Anyways, just gonna show this quickly. If you are human Link, you'll see that in these big falls of snow you will lose health, but if you're like on the icy path you won't. So just keep that in mind when you're walking around, because sometimes it is a lot easier to walk around as a human. In this example, you have to walk over here to get over to this area. I guess you could jump through as a wolf, but I mean you can't exactly open the door as a wolf, so that's kind of a problem. And we have a lot of ice. Alright, so, I don't know, for some reason I get utterly and completely owned when going through this area. As you can see, if you run into these guys, you'll lose hearts. So every time you run into them, I think you lose a heart for running into them, and then the more time you're frozen, the more hearts you lose. So they're kind of like those curling rocks, is what they remind me of. What they use in curling, I'm not sure what their official names are, but anyways, that's kind of what they remind me of. So you can kind of just go past them. If you're carrying this metal ball and you run into them, you'll drop them. But this is actually a cannonball for this cannon. So what you're going to do with this is you're going to want to put the ball into the cannon. And then what you can do is you can grab the handles and turn them in the direction that you want the cannon to fire. To get a little bit of a chest here, I'm going to turn it this way first and just fire the cannonball in this direction. Now, in order to make the cannon work, what you have to do is put a bomb as well, which I guess is like, you know, the fire. There you go. And that's how that works. And cannonballs can be reused because they are like metal, and I don't think they're going to shatter into 1,000 pieces. It's not like they're made of glass or anything, so... Again, you don't have to grab those, but this is a fairly easy dungeon to actually go ahead and grab pretty much everything that is in the temple. So, I might as well grab whatever I can while I'm here. So go ahead and turn it, if I wouldn't walk right past it. Or jump on it. Grab it, Link, thank you. And turn it this way. If you couldn't figure out how to work this thing, there is actually instructions on the wall. It has a little diagram, and then I'm assuming this is like written by Yeto because it has no anything. At least he spelled it right, but you know, it's not like insert cannon or insert cannonball into cannon. I love explosives, and then that takes care of those ice walls. For the time being, that's the only thing that we can do to take care of the ice is to use cannonballs. And if you walk into the ice walls, you will start to lose health, so be careful of that. This temple is extremely easy to lose, like, buttloads of health. I just went through the wrong door as well. Excuse me. By cutting out that ice wall, you make way in order to be able to get to a door that you weren't being able to get to, which is the one over here that the cannonball is right by. I need to pay attention to my mini-map a little bit more. But yeah, anywho, this temple is extremely easy to lose health in because all these little ice creatures, you can hit, or they will hit you, and you'll lose a bunch of hearts that way, and ice keys freeze you, and this temple is just all about freezing, and that's the really annoying thing about freezing is that you don't just lose a heart, you usually lose more hearts depending on how long you're frozen for, which can be quite a while depending on what kind of situation you're in. So, up here I recommend having a bow and arrow out to take care of any keys that are in your way, because they're extremely annoying. Where are you? I hear you, Keys. I know you're here somewhere. I'm just gonna kind of walk with caution. On these white areas is where you can actually, gotcha. You can actually slide, so you don't want to fall on the white areas and slide, so you wouldn't want to go there because you will slide down. So you want to carefully jump over. Precision is not my strong point, so excuse me if I take this part extremely slow, but if you do fall, you'll fall down into oblivion, basically the black nothingness, and you will be forced to start over, which is a huge pain in the butt that no one wants to do, so anyways. Whew, made it. What is this? We get the compass. Alright. Remember, we got our dungeon map from Yetta in the first episode, because obviously she gave us the map to her house that we can actually find all these things she wants us to look for. So we have the dungeon map taken care of and the compass, so the rest of the big chests all should be good stuff, like heart pieces, hopefully, and larger amounts of rupees and things. So I'm going to go back through this door. Anything with a red dot, a smaller red dot, basically means that it is a room with cannonballs. So anything with a red dot, you'll probably know there's going to be cannons or cannonballs. In the snow, of course, is hidden little areas that we can dig up with treasure chests. These weren't here before. I do believe you have to get the compass to get these, and this is really annoying because here I am trying to dig up my chest. I have the ice guy blowing air at me, and I have the wolves in my way. But there we go, there's a small key. For some reason, I think you do have to have the actual dungeon compass to be able to actually go ahead and use your senses to dig that up, which is, I don't know, which is kind of like funky and weird to me, but I'm not gonna complain. At least it shows you where the key is. So we use the key on that door. And of course we have the cannonballs in this room, but we've got the cannon over there. So this is kind of a, I don't know, I find this kind of neat, but I also find it kind of annoying at the same time. If you use your weight, what you can do is you can use this kind of lift contraption. Put a cannonball in the little slot, go through the door, and do the same thing on the other side. So grab it, and then you will get a cannonball. I don't know why they did it that way. I guess you can't open a door and simultaneously use the cannon at the same time, or use the cannonball at the same time, but I don't know, I find it kind of weird. Alright. So first, if you want to, if you're like me and you just want to go for all the treasures for the sake of doing so, you can leave the cannon at its current position, fire the cannonball, and then you get this tiny little chest, which has bombs in it. So probably not worth your time if you're not like me. let's just reuse our cannonball, because I don't want to have to go through the door again and do all that annoying contraption stuff. And for some reason the wolves will leave you alone when you're not in snow. I'm assuming it's because they are like snow wolves and they'll, I don't know, melt or something if they're not in the snow. So, I don't know. I mean, the boss music is annoying, but they're not gonna bother me here. And because we like explosions, we're going to go ahead and we're going to blow this guy to bits. Kaboom! And then he turns into a bunch of those smaller little ice creatures. And I just hopped in the snow and I completely forgot that I moved like slow. No! Don't get me! There we go. Okay. Okay. So. Suit of armor. Claw shot tiles. Well, this should be interesting. Let's go and get our next oh my god. What the hell was that? Suit of armor is alive? And he's got a gigantic ball and chain. Alright, well this just smells of ominous things that are not good. So what this guy's gonna do is he's going to very, very slowly walk towards you and try to box you in. And then he's going to swing the ball and chain at you in an attempt to hurt you. So when he swings the ball and chain, quickly get behind him and slash his tail. I'm not sure what kind of creature this is. I almost kind of want to say it's like a Dodongo, because it kind of has like a Dodongo's tail, or, you know, so I think anyways. It kind of reminds me of a Dodongo's tail. If you get hit, it takes away a lot of hearts. Unfortunately for this battle, I find that the camera angles are just really, really shit-tastic, and it's kind of hard to see. Like when you hook shot and you try to get away from him, or claw shot rather, and you kind of move upwards, you can see you can also move upwards, and you can also get hit by the cannonball, which is really, really lame. But as soon as you kind of pan to where you get off the target on the claw shot, it kind of seems like you can't see when the ball and chain is coming like that. I could barely see that coming before I got attacked. So for some reason, I have a lot of difficulty with this boss battle, and I don't really have a lot of strategy for it. I just try to not get myself boxed into a corner. So, I don't know. For some reason, I've always had troubles with this boss battle. I'm not gonna try to sugarcoat it or make myself sound like an MLG Zelda player, because I'm definitely not. But, I mean, he's just a mini-boss, so he doesn't take a super insane amount of hits to defeat or anything. You will take quite a beating from him, as you can see, though. Which is why it's kind of nice we have Yeto's suit that we can go and grab when I'm done getting my ass beat. Come at me, bro. I'll swing now, maybe. Will that work? There we go. Ow. Sorry, Link. He should almost be done. Doesn't help that I'm only managing to get like 1 or 2 swings in before he throws that thing at me again. Oh crap. Oh crap. Up, Link, up! There we go. Whew! That was really close. I thought he was gonna box me in there for a second. There we go. Thank you, sir. And, I mean, he didn't leave us a treasure chest, or he wasn't guarding any sort of treasure, so I guess the ball and chain is what he left behind. It's actually our dungeon item. So the ball and chain is a powerful iron ball that has incredible power, so of course we can swing it back and forth. So we're going to use that to help us in the rest of the temple. I didn't mean to get carried away in this video. I know it's getting insanely long, so I'm very sorry about that. But thank you guys so very much for watching, and join me next time for more of the Snow Peak runes.